Hey everybody, I'm Kyle. I'm the Director of Site and Facilities here at Rainbow Trail, and I want to give you a quick tour of our site, and I'm going to try and actually make it quick. I'm not going to, man, I hope I can hold this camera steady. I just made another one that made me sick, so I'm going to try and be better about that. But so let's do this. Get you familiar with the site that you're going to be visiting here in, or living at, I guess, in probably 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. So first building that you will find when you come onto our site is the pavilion. And this is where we do a lot of evening worships, but also a lot of dances and all kinds of stuff. So awesome multi-purpose building. We actually put this vinyl enclosure thing on it this past fall, which has been a really cool way to use our space more than just the summer. So we actually had a big youth gathering here in the fall, and we were able to heat this building, and it was awesome. So that's something cool that we've done here recently. Walking this way is Eagle Peak. So down here is where our backpacking program is housed out of. And so this main building that you'll see right there is where all of our beds are, but then also there's a little kitchen in there and everything. And then we did a deck on the back side that you should be able to see right now. And so put those picnic tables on it, and so if you do our backpacking program, then you'll end up eating dinner down here and just hanging out. So this is a wonderful space just to be outside, and we got some rope light and all that kind of stuff up top, and so it's just a cool atmosphere down here. We've got 2 sets of platform tents. There's one there, and then the older ones are back behind these trees here, and so those tents will actually be up by the time that you get here. And so again, just another thing and another space that you'll likely come or become familiar with. So walking up this trail here, the site itself isn't all that big, but it feels a lot bigger than it actually is, just because things are segmented and separated by quite a bit of trees or vegetation or whatever. But it's I like that about the site, because I can take you on a tour of the site in 5 minutes, and it would feel a lot bigger if you were walking around. So this first building right here that I'm going to take you in, probably the only building I'm going to take you in, is Calypso. And this is one of our staff housing options for the summer. And so if you have lived in Calypso before, you will probably appreciate this more than some of those who have not. But this building has been completely remodeled, and there was a big closet there in the corner that just was a waste of space, so I got rid of it. But yeah, so that's our first staff housing option, and Bristlecone is our second. Down there is Purple Aster, which is another cabin which is under construction. Also there is Avery, my dog. But yeah, Purple Aster will be finished during Memorial Day work weekend. We have about 120-ish people that come up here for that weekend, and just kind of get things ready for the summer, but also do some pretty massive construction projects. So over there's a few more cabins, and then right here behind these trees is the shower house. So the girls' side is the side closest to us, boys' side is the other side. So out in front of you here is the mall, and this is just this grassy area. We also have the gnomes here, which have kind of been a staple of what we do here, kind of a legend type of deal. The Great I Am is up there. That came out of a Bible study one year and has just kind of stuck around. So looking above the Great I Am is Halling. That's where our camp store is at. We call it Pop Shop, and so kids can buy stuff there, merchandise and all that. And there's also kind of a hangout area in there as well. So looking this way, we've got Aspen down here. That's our dining hall. So we eat there all meals except for lunch. And lunch we eat outside if we can. Try to be outside as much as we can be. And so we'll eat on the mall during most days for lunch. Right there is Columbine in front of us with the railings. And that is our main lodge. So that's where our offices are, and grandparents stay upstairs during the summer. And so you'll become super familiar with that during staff training, just because we do a lot of our training in there. The little chapel downstairs and everything like that. So right in front of us here, this is Lupine. So that is where our rec equipment and all of that is stored. And so not a particularly like great place to be, but it works for what we need it to do. Right through the trees over there is wood carving. That space is currently occupied by squirrels, so may have to take that back before summer, but it is a cool space, one of our older cabins, and has not been remodeled, but it's not for sleeping, I suppose. This is paintbrush. Hey, hey. This is paintbrush. This one has been remodeled, much like what Calypso looked like. That is how the rest of our cabins look. We've had a awesome spring this year. Thanks to a bunch of super generous donations, we've had the opportunity to remodel all but 2 of our cabins, and we do have the money to do the other 2. I just didn't have the time. So a lot of camps, if you've been to other camps, their cabins are, quote, rustic. I don't love that term. And so all of our stuff is not necessarily rustic at all. Can lights and hardwood and all that. So that may be different, but it's pretty awesome for us. Yeah, this is our outdoor chapel. This space here is our largest worship area, and this is one that we use for worship when kids are picked up by their parents. So it is the only space really that we have that can house all of us, so like 180 people plus families. As you look up this way, you can see just the end of our zip line, those 2 poles right there. And then you might be able to see Tower 5 up there. But yeah, that's our ropes course. We built that back 3 or 4 years ago now, and that has been an awesome improvement in addition to the ministry that we do. We're able to put up like 4 people at a time, and they can work together as a team instead of just doing things individually. So it's been huge, really cool, double zip line down. So you'll get to experience that during staff training. This building right here in front of you is bristlecone. So this is our biggest lodge and kind of our main lodge for sleeping. And this is where staff is housed. Like I said, you'll either be in Calypso or bristlecone. Bristlecone went up in like the 70s and definitely still looks like the 70s. And so hopefully next year, something like that, we should be able to remodel it and get the bathrooms redone and all that. But it seemed like we had bitten off enough for this spring, and so that'll have to get pushed. But this Memorial Day, during that work weekend I was talking about, that the backside of bristlecone will be getting a big deck that I would hope will be kind of a staff hangout area that'll be upstairs, kind of away from congregational leaders, because we do have congregational leaders in that building. So just kind of give you guys your own space to be outside. Again, this is wood carving, just from a different angle, but yeah, it's not particularly nice today, but up behind there, behind bristlecone, is usually Eagle Peak, but hopefully we'll be able to do some hiking and get up there this year. The last 2 or 3 years, there's been so much snow that we just haven't been able to do it. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of wrap this up here. Everything else is kind of maintenance stuff. My shed, or my shop, is down there and all that, but not super important. So I'm gonna end this right here. Just tell you a quick thing or two. I'm originally from Denver, and I live in Salida now. I've got a house that's very under construction still. It's been about 2 years now. Hoping actually for it to be done by summer, but not totally sure. So yeah, but Salida is a great little town. You'll have to check it out during the summer. I've been here about 4, almost 5 years now, and I love my job. I love working my hands. And so yeah, the dog's great, and all is well. So I'm excited to have you guys here. I'm excited for another summer. In some ways, I think summer is going to be a slowdown for me since the spring has been so crazy. So hoping to get to know you guys, and just excited for what is to come. So make it through finals and get here. Later.